guys, this is test ride number 2. Number 1 had some problems, but you know what? That's the point of testing. Main problem was I had no audio. And that was due to a problem I'm having with the Senna 20S. It's actually going back for warranty tomorrow. But this video is going to be a little more testing, kind of some first impressions, give you guys my thoughts, and let you know what's been going on. Figure I'll head on over to the park that I used to do some jogging and walking in for HLO, for those of you that remember that. Because these tires are brand new. They need to be scrubbed in, and I don't want to be doing anything excessive. GoPro touches my shoulder when I do a head check. Got to get used to that. And I don't know if you're going to be hearing any kind of engine noise. Ideally, you will be, but I don't know if you will today, because one of the problems I'm having with the Senna 20S unit that I got is that the mic level is insanely low. And basically, I've got the receiver on the GoPro. The transmitter is the 20S unit itself. And it's about 1/10 of the volume that it should be. So on the video, in post, I have to heavily edit the audio, boost it as far as it'll go, just so you guys can hear anything I'm saying. Obviously that also boosts the noise, and it's not great quality compared to what it should be. So they finally gave me an RMA number and jumping through all those hoops. But in the meantime, I bought an SMH10 unit, which was the previous generation, and by all accounts is perfect as far as engineering goes. And that unit would be cool, but I want the really cool new features that the 20S has. Unfortunately, they're not working either. This was a major fail of a product launch. The FM radio? Nope, useless. Can't tune anything in. Man, I'm going to have to get used to how hard that visor goes up. And I'm also going to have to get used to not doing it with my right hand because it goes across the camera. I'll figure something out. Come on, traffic. They've got this road here, Darlington, shut off. Am I going to make it? No, of course not. 'Cause you're a dickbag. They're doing this construction at this intersection, and nobody knows why. They're basically doubling it. It used to be a 2-lane road. They completely changed down there where the road goes. They moved a whole river to put in this little divided section, and it looks like they're widening the whole rest of the road. But this doesn't have that much traffic. Can't figure out why they're doing it. But up straight there, you see the whole line of cars, because now, if you want to go to 19, which is that way, you have to go straight and go down to the next major road. Because they got this closed off, you can't get through. So it's created a whole bunch of congestion. And I hope they fix it soon. Because there's no quick way to get over to 19 for us. We have to go a mile down that way or half a mile back the other way. As you can see, there's just not a lot of traffic. Don't get it. Come on, light. And here now. So anyway, I've got the new unit coming tomorrow, and that's going to test because the company isn't sure if the problem I have is with the 20S or the receiver. I don't think it's with the receiver. I haven't found anybody else reporting problems with that. So my guess is it's the 20S. tomorrow when the new unit is delivered, I should have quality like I expect, and I'll be able to send the 20S back for another one. And then when that replacement comes, assuming it's good, I'll just put the SMH-10 on the wife's helmet, which we were going to buy anyway. So that's what's going on with electronics. Just kind of doing a shakedown here. I don't want to take things too crazy on the new tires. Took a long time to figure out the optimal video quality. The major problem is YouTube itself. It recompresses everything you send to it in a major way, and absolutely nothing I do makes the YouTube video compare to the original. The originals, oh my god, they're gorgeous. I mean, just fantastic. But the ones on YouTube, whew, even with ridiculous rendering settings, 50 megabits a second maximum it'll take, it still doesn't look as good. And that means uploads are, well, if I do an hour-long video, about a 5-hour upload, even at my very high-speed upload. But that's what I have to do to get the good quality for what I want to do. So that's what I gotta do. No big deal. I really hope that when YouTube turns on their 60 frames a second support, they also kind of chill with the compression. Because right now at 30 frames a second, at 50 I'm maxing out. It could still use better quality. And by going to 60 frames a second, that halves the available bitrate, so it makes it even worse. So they better do something to chill on that compression, or it's just going to look really horrible. There's no point in uploading at 60 frames a second if you don't have the quality behind it. Now it's meant for gaming channels, which doesn't really compress that much because it's already highly optimized. What I'm doing with all this fine detail going by, all the trees and the details on the road, that plays havoc with compressors. Man, I feel like I'm speaking really weird because I've got these cheek pads. I feel like I have marshmallows in my mouth. Got a little softball field there. Hello. Green means go. Still in break-in, so I'm only giving it 10-15% throttle. Just taking it easy. I know there's lots of opinions out there on do a soft break-in like the factory recommends, do a hard break-in, break it in like you're gonna ride it, all kinds of opinions. I'm not a master mechanic, but I have extensive engine experience, and I'm just gonna stick with the factory. Simply because maybe it won't give me any benefit, but it's not going to give me any problems. And that's good enough for me. If somebody wants to do a hard break-in and they want to think they've got an extra couple of horsepower, okay. You're not going to notice it, who cares? Well, so far, the helmet compared to the older RF 1000 feels about the same, but I definitely want to modify these speakers, or maybe modify the helmet and get them in the dedicated little pockets, because I do feel them on my ears. That's a little irritating. They sound great. They sound great either way, but I don't like them touching my ears. That would definitely aggravate me after a little bit. So I'm going to go up to the next light here, head on down to that park. They're open till dusk, and they've got some nice slow little twisties back there, and be another good test for the video rendering. We're not quite into rush hour. We're 5 o'clock, and I'm only going to be catching this last half mile of it. It's kind of started on the other side, but it gets a lot worse than that. It's like a little accident there. I have to adjust these mirrors. They're great mirrors. This model has exceptional mirrors. They really don't get much better. As far as an out-of-the-box stock bike, they're clear. There's no vibration, there's no blurring. They have excellent position. They see around you. They really do work. I just need to position them. I got the left one pretty good. The right one needs a little work, but I have to do it when I'm stopped. Love the torque in this bike. It's so smooth. I have to spend a lot of time yet though playing with all the settings. I've got, let's see, well, it's on the stock 0 suspension setting right now because I disconnected the battery to do a video, so it lost everything I had done. All I did is reset the clock. Right now it's in the default, and you've got 4 positions softer and 4 positions harder. And that's affecting your spring rate and your dampening. And then you also have adjustable preload, which is basically setting the ride height of your rear end. And you get 4 positions for that. Now they name them kind of useful descriptions. They say solo rider, solo plus baggage, a little bit firmer, 2 riders, and then 2 riders plus baggage. Now I'm a big guy. I'm about 255 plus gear right now, so I'm using the solo rider plus baggage, just kind of, you know, above the average. I don't think I'd fit what they had in mind for just the regular solo rider position. I'll probably just use numbers 2 and 4. When I have a passenger, I'll just kick it up to 2 riders with baggage. Not that we carry any baggage. Let's see how that goes. And right now I'm feeling the bumps pretty good. There's a little bit of a washboard in the cement here. Let's see, kick it down. Soft. Okay. Is it soft? Oop, there, went past it. Soft -3. Maybe you can only adjust the fine adjustments when you're stopped. It's not letting me do the plus or minus. I'm not sure. Can't really feel much. Oh, I guess I feel a little bit difference there. Takes a little bit of the edge off, and I've got more of a bounce now. Go back up to standard. Yeah, it's noticeable. Less of a bounce, that's really what I notice. Try hard. Probably only notice the difference between standard and hard going around corners. Can't really notice anything here on the road. Anyway, I'll have to spend a lot of time playing with that. And we've got sport and touring modes. Here's our park. We're going to turn in here. This is a cool park. It's got hiking trails, lots of boardwalk. There's miles of trail. There's something like 6 miles of trails that you can go down. They have an educational center. A lot of kids come here on field trips. And they also have, I'm going to flip up my visor here. Man, I wonder if there's an adjustment for that to make it easier. It's just a little too stiff. I'm used to the previous one. I love the seating position on this bike. You just stand up off the seat. Nice center pegs. Very easy to traverse anything. But they also have a big area for doing wedding receptions and outdoor weddings in a pavilion. A lot of people don't know about it just because it's tucked back here in the middle of nowhere. It's very inexpensive, just a few $100 to rent it for the whole day. It's just a wilderness preserve in the middle of the county. All different kinds of habitats. They have swampy areas that the boardwalks go over. They have a lot of open fields. It's great for photography. There's just tons and tons of little spots to take shots of all kinds of stuff. Alligators, lots of birds. There are a lot of bird watchers that come back through here. And it's free. That's what's really cool. Most of the parks around here, they aren't free anymore. They're $5 to park. Or in the case of Honeymoon Island, it depends on how many people are in the car. When we went to the beach with Chloe to do that video the other day, it cost us $8 just to get in. It's ridiculous. Everything here costs money now, though. Even the boat launches. When we moved down here, it was free. I'd jet ski every day after work. Gas was still reasonable, but parking was free. And then that all changed. The economy crashed, and they decided they're going to charge for everything. So now it's $10, $15 to launch. You can buy an annual pass for several hundred. It's just ridiculous. There's a turtle. They got snakes, turtles, rabbits, all kinds of stuff crossing this road. So this just goes to a parking lot. It's about a mile back from the entrance. And then the facilities are about a half-mile hike through the boardwalk. And then nature trails go for miles back the other way. And it kind of loops back. There's several different trails. That's for deliveries, for catering and everything to the facilities. And they just got a parking lot. It's virtually unused. I mean, I don't think I've seen more than 10 cars ever coming back here. Maybe one school bus at a time. That's it. It's open from dusk till dawn, or dawn till dusk, I should say. And it's really nice. Here's another turtle. Hey, Mr. Turtle. What you doing? I'm not going to hit you. What you doing? You crossing the road? Hi. All right, see you later. Oh, you gonna chase me? What you doing? Where are you going? You gonna go over that way now? All right, see you later. Ugh, spider nests. Nasty. There's another turtle. Ugh, look at the spiders. Millions of them. Yuck. Hate spiders. But on the plus side, they eat the mosquitoes. I hate those even more. So that's okay. Down here in Florida, we have a lot of natural insect control. This county is actually pretty darn good because they have active spraying for mosquitoes. It's actually a big problem with the elderly because they have a lot of mosquito bite conditions. So this county has active trucks that go out during breeding seasons, and they fog every single road in the county. And it happens at least once, I believe twice a week. One of my friends used to drive one of the routes. And every night, you'd hear this, it's just a big fogging pickup truck driving around slow every single road in the county. And it works. I mean, there's hardly any mosquitoes around this area. It's great. I can be out at night, you know, if I'm doing my cigar videos or whatever, and I don't have to worry about bugs. There's hardly any. I might see some flying ants if they're swarming, but mosquitoes, nope. They're good. Pinellas County, directly south of us, they had a big problem a couple years ago. Partially due to the economy, but partially due to the government really screwing us, allowing insurance companies to basically just do whatever they want. Some people found their insurance policies going up by $30,000, $40,000 overnight. And there were a lot of homes in Pinellas County, especially near the waterfront, that they had to abandon and walk away from. Well, one of the problems that created were swimming pools that were turned off and unkept and turned into huge mosquito breeding grounds. So the county ended up down there having to spend a lot of money treating all these pools with chemicals to kill the mosquito eggs and all that. But they had huge problems over the last couple of years with mosquitoes in Pinellas. Not up here though. We had the same problem with homes, but not so much with insurance. Partially due to the homes up here not being nearly as nice as most of them in Pinellas, but partially due to Pinellas having a lot more flood zone. There are some parts of Pasco here that are in flood zones and require flood insurance, but not for the most part. Pinellas is a peninsula, so it's only a few miles wide at its widest part, and it's obviously surrounded by Tampa Bay and the Gulf of Mexico, so it's basically one big flood zone. But here in Pasco, we just have the one coastline, and we have a little bit of elevation. Our neighborhood is something like 20 feet above sea level, and we're not in a flood zone, so I specifically got this house because it didn't require any additional insurance. Alright, let's head back. Like I said, this will be another good test. Just scrubbing in the tires a little bit more, getting through a little bit more break-in time. See how many miles we have on it. It's 93 degrees. Feels pretty darn good out. Humidity's pretty low today. Okay, how do I show my odometer? I have not figured this out yet. See, I think I have to go to information and then scroll. There we go. Fuel economy, I'm getting 45 to the gallon. Average. Cruising here, I'm getting 56. I'll take that. Mind you, that's taking it easy. I'm only using like 10% throttle, which is still a lot. There we go. I've got 40 miles on the engine, so still new, still very new. I like it. So let's see, some more first impressions. The bike, overall very familiar, rides virtually identical to the previous generation. Throttle does seem a little bit smoother. It's all electronic now, there's no more cable. Definitely have a nice smoother delivery. Not that the cable was harsh, but you noticed it. You had that little bit of a delay, I guess. I don't know if it was slack or just the slop in the cable between the throttle bodies opening or what, but this is absolutely precise. It just feels electric, especially with so much torque. Got about 130 horse at the wheel, 100 pounds of torque, and that torque comes in real low, just above idle. So any gear, any RPM, here I am in fifth, I can just easily roll on it. Another 10% throttle and it just kicks in the back. You don't have to downshift. It's great for riding around the city, great for cruising, great for the highway. I'm gonna have to get used to not moving my head around much when I talk, because I know that's gonna translate into the video, and I need to work on keeping my head as still as possible for you guys. It's gonna take some getting used to, that's for sure. Whole bunch of stuff I'm gonna have to learn and just get used to with practice doing. Bike fits me absolutely perfectly. Perfect height, no problem flat footing it. I've got the seat in the low position. That is just beautiful for me. I could still ride it fine in the high, but it just wouldn't quite be as comfortable, so why bother? I'm going to try the touring mode here. You can switch this anytime you're at a zero throttle position. And all it really does is smooth out your throttle below a certain percentage. I believe it's 50%. Gives you a slower roll on. Doesn't matter if you snap the throttle, it's still going to roll it on real nice and easy. So I didn't think I'd have much use for it, but some guys online have brought up some good points about when it might be useful, besides just using it with a passenger, which was about the only thing I thought of. But if you're doing a lot of stop and go city driving, that might have a good benefit. Now, I don't do that much stop and go. This is as much as I ever do, just stuck at a light for a few minutes. But even when I was commuting, it wasn't through stop and go traffic. I always had some route which was continuously flowing. So can't say whether or not that would be any use to me or not. But hey, it's good to have. I'll take it. And I know it'll be useful for use with a passenger, just to get out that extra jerkiness. So hopefully this video comes out good. Should have good quality. I spent hours today going through the first test clip I did, getting down all the settings as best as possible, bearing in mind that YouTube is going to destroy it no matter what I do. And really, the only question I have is, how is this audio going to come out? I've got the boom mic set up right now, and I did testing with that to make sure it was in a good position. But this is only going to be in my helmet through tomorrow. And then I'll do some more testing with the other unit. And I do predict that it'll be a big difference just between this video and the next one. And then when the replacement 20S gets back, assuming that's working correctly, it should be even a better boost above the next video. Probably be 2 or 3 videos in the meantime. I don't really have a plan for a schedule or anything like that yet. I'm sure I will develop one. But right now, I'm just winging it. Got a cop up there by that accident finally. Right now, I'm just winging it and doing the best I can with the schedule and the equipment I have and all that good jazz. Man, that is a stiff visor. I swear I saw something in the manual. I gotta read it again, where something was adjustable, but I think it was talking about the gap between the helmet and the visor, how to adjust the close stop. I don't think it was talking about the detents. I believe the springs themselves control that. And you know, I want to say that there were other springs you could put in. I just don't remember right now. But here's a tip on that. If you ever do need replacement springs, they're insanely expensive from Shoei. But I found, because I had one break in my old helmet, I found replacements at Home Depot. I just got basically a variety pack of springs for just a couple bucks. And it worked fine. Worked the same as the original that was in there. Can't remember if I broke one or I think I lost one. I think it popped out when I was changing the visor one time. I really don't remember. But it was gone. I remember that. This thing has just seamless passing power. I'm just breathing on the throttle and it is just there. It's literally point and shoot. That's the best I can describe how this delivers its power. You just point it where you want to go and you're already there. closest car I've driven like that was a Mercedes AMG. I think it was, what was it? I don't know if you guys heard that or not. That was cancel. That's funny. When I put the visor up, it activated my hands-free, because there's two ways to activate it on the center unit. You can say the words to do it. I don't want to say it because it'll do it, but it's hello and the company name. Or you can tap twice on the unit. But this visor has so much force in the detents that it vibrates the whole helmet when it goes up. And it activated the voice command system, so she was asking me there for my commands. Interesting. Whew, I'm feeling the heat now. It's 95. I've got a 20-degree rule for down here in Florida. When you're moving, it feels 20 degrees cooler than it is. So it's absolutely beautiful. When I'm in motion, it feels like 75. I mean, it's just gorgeous. But when you're stopped, it's 20 degrees hotter. And it feels like 115. That's no joke. So I'm wearing mesh gear, which is incredibly comfortable. I really don't mind it at all. And this unit did improve the heat generation, or the heat distribution, so it's not supposed to cook your legs as much when you're stopped. And as I mentioned in another video, I never really had a problem with that, but I have to say, I don't notice any heat with this at all. So they did a good job. It works. Definitely catching rush hour though. I normally do not go out at all during rush hour. You know, I work from home, so I even schedule my shoots and my gigs purposely away from that time unless I absolutely have to be somewhere. Like the other morning this week, I had to go down and I had to do a morning photo shoot. So I had to be there at 9, and it was down in St. Pete Beach, which means I had to leave the house at 8, which means I was right in rush hour. There's nothing I can do about that. But if I'm going somewhere, scheduling a meeting or anything like that, it's on my time. I don't do anything earlier than 10. I don't mind doing anything late. I'd rather schedule something at 7 than 5. No problem there. Just to avoid this mess. Normally this area is just nice. I mean, oh crap. Are you serious? Of course, now there's a jackass behind me and I can't see. Huh, did they change the rear end of the Scion? Looks kind of like a GTO, especially with that color orange. I think they did change it. It used to be more of a streamlined hatchback. Now it kind of looks like a Civic. I think I like this one better. It's a nice job. I like the Subaru variant they have. What is it? The God, I can't remember the name of it. The Scion W something. Anyway, it's got a Boxer engine. Really cool. Small, light, fairly lightweight, rear-wheel drive. Underpowered from what I hear, but still looks like a really neat little fun sports car. Not terribly expensive. I imagine there's some performance that you could add to it, like maybe a turbo, since it is a Subaru engine, I believe. It looks cool too. But yeah, that Scion's not bad. I do like it better than the old one. So anyway, this road, I'm not sure when they're going to be done with it, but I really look forward to them finishing up the part just across the intersection so we get our straightaway back going down to US 19. US 19 is the major north-south road around here. That's where basically everything is. So that's where we have to go to whenever we go pretty much anywhere. And without that open, it adds 5 or 10 minutes to our drive for nothing, just because we have to go way around the construction because the road's closed. This is funded by penny for Pasco, which is our county. It's an extra penny on the sales tax. so they have to spend this money when they get it. I don't understand why they spend it here. There's some other locations that needed repairs, and this is just like a beautification thing. The one really cool thing, they're putting in sidewalks. This area didn't have any sidewalks, and presumably they're going to connect these all the way down. So that was really cool. You know, I did some HLO biking videos where I went through here, and you know, it was a little harrowing out on the 2-lane road here, especially over the bridges. And that's really cool that they put in sidewalks. I wish they do all the roads with sidewalks. Like this crossroad here, this is Grand, and this is where I have to go if I was biking anywhere, and there's no sidewalk to the right all the way down to our street. In fact, all the way down to the next light. No sidewalks either side. It's just grass, or, you know, you can see how small a shoulder is. You're basically riding on the road. And there are a lot of bicycles around here because there's so many drunks that have got DUIs, so all they can use are bicycles. And they're out, man. I mean, all over the place all the time. So bike safety is kind of a concern around here, just for the numbers. Oh, it feels good to keep moving again. That's a major reason I hate rush hour, is just ending up sitting so much more. Any other time of day, no wait. Quick and easy. I love the road conditions around here. I mean, Florida in general just has beautiful roads. They may be flat, they may be straight, they may wear out your tires pretty quickly, but I will take these perfectly paved roads any day over the crap they call roads up north with potholes and ditches and cracks and crevices and car destroying roads. But it's nice terrain. Alright, back home we go. Where are you going, guy? You're waiting for him, alright. Yeah, I definitely hope you guys can hear the engine noise, because it is really sweet. I'm sure you will once I get the better equipment. Are you driving, or... No, you're looking down at something, because you're a jackass. Old fart. See him looking down at his phone. So many of those around here. Alright, guys. Well, hopefully that was a successful test number 2. Remote says we're still recording, so that's a good thing. Ooh, and I got a package from RevZilla. Oh my god! Ah, that could be my SM10. And the wife left for the store or something. Alright, I gotta see what's in that package now. FedEx said it was coming tomorrow, but hey, if it's today, even better. I could do some tests tonight. Let me park this girl. Let's see what's in that box. Wahaha. That would be cool. That would be cool. Must be it, because I don't think I ordered anything else. Did order a lot of stuff though, so could be something else. I just don't think I had anything else outstanding. Let's see. Yep, cool. Well, that's awesome. I should be able to test with this tonight then. Alright. Well, that'll answer that. And maybe I'll have another test video tonight, if not tomorrow. And we'll see if the audio gets even better from this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Share the site if you know any other motovloggers. I don't care how big or how small. please invite them to be part of the site. I want to make Two Wheel Obsession kind of like a hub for motovlogging, get everybody new subs, new views, totally free. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.